Shop Vlogs Original Wednesdays here at the Rock House. Today we're here with the Vatos and Fallex.
Yeah.
Y'all can introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Brian Ramirez and I play vocals and guitars.
My name is Gilberto Tegazas and I'm the bassist.
I'm Oscar Morales, I'm the drummer.
Cool, so I think we've been seeing you guys at shows for, I guess about a year or a little over a year. I think the first time we saw you guys was at Eleanor Rigby's.
No, I think it was the first time it was at Battle of Bands first time bar at the Mesa.
Mr. Musical at Sian Bar, that's right. Cool, yeah, I mean, I know we've seen you several times, so it's cool, man. Could you talk to us about the history of your band? Like, what inspired you guys to start a band, get together and stuff?
Actually, the band started like in freshman year also. We were 5 members in the band, and now we are already 3 members.
So did you guys, are you still in high school or?
No, we're in UTEP right now.
Nice.
I barely joined the band this year, like in February, so they know a lot more from the band.
Yeah, I remember, so he's a newest member in the band.
Yeah.
So when did you change from 5 member to 3 member?
It was actually like the first month. We started with 5 members and then after that, they started like slacking off. So we were like, oh, yeah, just let's do it ourselves. And after that, it's been like about 3 years. Yeah.
So 3 years jamming. So what's the deal with the whole taking off the shirts stuff? I remember last year you guys were really into that shit.
Yeah, it's cause, I don't know, high school.
It was like, fuck the world, take the shirt off.
It was mostly about making a show instead of playing.
It's just part of the performance.
Yeah, part of the
Cool, man.
performance.
And so what inspired you guys to get into music? Is it something that you think that was in you like naturally as a kid, or is it something that came out later on in life?
Well, I personally, my cousin and I, like, we listen to like old school music, like, Beatles and all that growing up, and we just got influenced with music. He started playing guitar like around 7, and I started playing drums around like 5 years ago. He told me, you need to get that drum set, and I got it, and now I'm in a band. So yeah.
For me, actually, when I was in Fallex, I didn't know like anything to play around. So it was actually this guy like teaching me a little bass, and after that, I just kept going and going and going.
Nice, it's a Brian.
Yeah. And for me, I started like 9 years old, and then a friend of mine gave me a guitar. And after that, I started getting influenced by my brother from Flamen. Yeah, I started from there.
So your brother is in Flamen?
Yeah.
Who's your brother?
Anke, the bassist.
Oh, cool, I didn't know that. No wonder. Like, I was gonna ask who's your BFF in the music scene, so now I know.
Yeah.
I know, like, there's this like thing that I saw last week on Facebook that was funny as hell. I took some pictures of them at a show. They opened for Kurt Travis last week, and it was funny because one of the dudes in Flamen, Sergio, was talking shit to Brian about some chord he was playing that he saw one of my pictures. So Brian came back brilliantly with a comment about a power chord that Sergio was holding, and they just went back and forth, and it was hilarious. That's cool, man. That's cool that you guys have that cool relationship with the local bands. So I know what you guys sound like. We've been to your shows, we jam out to you guys. I love the energy you guys have on stage. But for people who haven't seen you, who I think should see you, talk to us about your sound.
The sound. First of all, we started with like an alternative mood, and after that, we started to see like, everything sounds the same, so we need to change it up a little bit. And after that, we went to like post-punk, and then dance music, and yeah, funk.
We played a lot heavier back then. Well, they did. Now we're like mixing up. We're experimenting a lot more with like synthesizers and stuff, and it's really cool. It's fun experimenting with different instruments, and yeah.
I think the bands that influenced us were The Strokes, Muse, Arctic Monkeys, La Vida Boheme. Well,
Kings of Leon.
For me, Kings of Leon, Thanksgiving Dance, a lot of heavy bands.
So what was it like for you to open up for Kurt Travis?
I was starstruck when I saw him. I shook his hand. That's like, I can die now. Like,
Dude, and what about the Marionette?
Oh, Marionette, they had a great show. Yeah, I'm definitely
That
gonna.
was awesome.
They were awesome, they were.
So I love the fact that you guys released an EP. It's out there, we can listen to it, we can jam to it, and become familiar with Fallex's sound. So where can it be found?
The EP is called Memories, and it can be found on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Deezer, and yeah, SoundCloud.
Anywhere you can find music
Yes.
online. And including Memories, how many original songs do you have?
We have about 14. Yeah, 14.
14 original songs. You guys don't do covers?
Nah.
All original. Okay, and so what are the main themes or topics of your songs?
Well, first of all,
Okay, first of all, who's the guy in the band who gets like fucked over by
yeah, yeah.
dude, like, anyway.
All right. First of all, I started like with a chick, and then like we separated for like 3 times. So yeah, that.
You got a lot of new material with that,
Yeah,
huh?
I got a lot of material. After that, we just like talked about like dance and everything. Yeah, you know.
So what's your music making process?
Well, like we're just jamming, like at my house. That's where we like jam out and practice. While we're jamming out, like when like a whole like set that we play, and after that we just like something comes up. I don't know, Brian makes a riff or Gilbert makes a
Baseline?
yeah, baseline, or I make a cool beat or something, and we just build on, lyrics come on, and then it just turns into like a cool new project and a song.
So you start off with the music.
Yeah.
Music's the foundation, then you build from that.
Yep.
That's cool, man. So what has been your biggest challenge as a band?
Well, like at first, for me, at first it was really tough because I joined like super fast. We had these guys told me they needed me for a show in Juarez, so I had like 2 days, 3 days to practice
To learn the
like
set.
all the whole set. So we were just in my room practicing, and that was quite an experience. It was pretty crazy, and that was the toughest part for me. But now I'm used to it. I'm pretty cool.
So were you in a different band before you joined?
No, I was never in a
It's your
band.
your first
I was
band
just a
experience.
solo drummer in my house. Yeah.
That's cool. And so what about you guys? What have you found challenging?
For me, I think it's time also.
What's that?
It's time.
Time? Like finding time?
Yeah, because of the jobs, duty, everything. It's about time for me.
I get you.
Yeah, I think the hardest for me actually it's like maintaining as a band because we fight a lot, but like as brothers, you know, we like get in a fight and then get like real angry, and after that we just like get along again.
Like how many times do you call each other wait during practice?
Ooh, that man.
Chingue.
Yeah, it's very
You
calculated.
need a formula.
Yeah.
like I mentioned before, we have been to several of your shows. We'll see Fallex and we're like, we already saw them. I'm kidding. No, we get excited. We get excited to see you guys, man.
Yeah, thanks.
So what was it like the first time you guys played together, like this lineup right here?
This lineup, well, I already mentioned it, like, that was really fun in Juarez.
Or was it in Juarez?
It was a battle of bands for Juarez Fest. I don't know the exact location, but yeah, that was really fun. It was my first experience. These guys can tell you about their actual first show. So that was my first show.
First year was in Sumatra.
Oh yeah, Sumatra.
It was anniversary of Flamel, I think so. Dyrus. The second band of Angel's brother. So it was pretty cool actually. It was my first time playing. I was nervous, like a lot of nervousness.
Did you have like a lot of friends there, or you didn't tell anybody because it was your first one?
Yeah, it was
packed. Yeah, Sumatra was cool when it was back, man. And right?
Well, it's the first show at Sumatra. I think it was pretty cool because it was like the old scene. Like the other half, we had Jolly Moors, we also had The Wreck. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a bunch of old school. Nice. So I wanted to mention that we did see you recently, and I noticed, and Judy and I both talked about the fact that you guys have matured a lot as far as your performance and your sound. You guys sound tighter. You guys sound more ballsy.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the secret? Is it just that there's chemistry? Is it like a lot of practice, or what is the secret?
I think it's high school. Man, just kidding.
You're out of high school now.
Yeah, I think we practice a lot, like once or twice a week. So we matured like a lot, and most of all with Oscar. Yeah.
So would you say that with age you take it more seriously?
Yes.
Like you make better use of your time?
Yeah, we manipulate our time. We practice a lot of hours also.
Cool. And so how long is your set?
Our sets are around like 40 to 50 minutes. Yeah, it's like around 13 songs in the set. Yeah.
Are any of your songs in Spanish?
We have one coming up actually. It's called Soledad. Yeah, we're gonna.
Shit, what happened now, Brian?
It's actually an old song from these guys, and they're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
And like you mentioned, you have played shows in Juarez, and that's like one thing that really burns me up as I want to go, but it's a different story. But could you guys describe to us what the scene is like in Juarez?
The bands over there are really cool, actually. We've been to the grunge down there. There's been a bunch of bands there. Like, what type of bands can you say?
We have Goliath. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool with us. They had their first show with us. They invited us, and also we have like Tetas Láser as well. They play pretty cool. Also, we have Aitanire. They came for Lobro, our first show in Lobro. So yeah, they're pretty cool.
You guys gotta make sure to invite us to those shows when they come down. Like we're pretty tight with like the guys in Heavy Soul.
Yeah.
We just saw them Saturday, and every time I see them, it's like it's like seeing old friends because they're cool dudes, man.
Yeah.
We're also really tight with the guys in Golden Crack who are in tour they're on tour right now in Mexico. So big shout out to Golden Crack. So yeah, maybe one of these days we'll get to make it to Juarez. Who knows? So that whole taking the shirt off thing, like you guys were building up a fan base, and then you stopped taking them off, and then you got lost a bunch of likes. No, I'm kidding. But for the fans that stuck around, where can they find you on social media?
They can find us on Instagram as Fallex_band.
Also in Facebook as Fallex.
There's also Twitter. It's Fallex_band. And yeah, we're pretty busy on Instagram and Facebook. So.
And of those, which one's the best one to use for contacting you, like, for booking purposes?
Facebook. Yeah.
You guys answer pretty quick.
Yeah.
You guys are like on your phone all day. Don't even let the notification come up. You answer.
Yeah, we're just like online the whole time.
Cool. So we did talk about how you guys are really tight with Flamel, and I don't know why, because his brother. But which other local bands are you tight with that you enjoy playing shows with?
We're friends with the Races Like Me. They're pretty cool. Yeah, one day we had a show with Abandoned by Bears, and we stayed the whole show just to see them.
What was that again?
residents like me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, we just saw him last week too.
Yeah.
We saw him at the Speakeasy, and that was a crazy experience. And so, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Shout out to Flame. Yeah, of course.
Talk to him in Spanish. It's your brother, anyways.
Nah, que se chingue. Alright, Fallex a little bit. Alright. Also to a different time, they're pretty cool with us. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to A Thief Named Time, they're pretty cool. Goliath, si nos escuchan allá en Juárez. ¿Y quién más? Okay.
Shout out to your mom or any tu tía.
A mi mamá, mi papá.
Que nos escuchan por la televisión.
A Kawai, Andrea, Angie.
A mi familia y a mi familia de Chihuahua también, que nos cuida ya también.
Yeah, we play like not a lot of shows, but we play in Chihuahua because of his family, because we have a home over there.
So, is there a music scene in Chihuahua?
Yeah, there's a band called Shallow Sea. They're pretty cool with us.
Have you guys ever heard of Release the Kraken? No. I'm sorry. Here Comes the Kraken.
No.
No, they're from Mexico. They're from the FN. They're
Yeah.
heavy, bro. We saw them open up for Emir like 2 years ago, and as a matter of fact, Judy's daughter's band opened for them too, Genuine. So heavy.
Yeah,
There was also a band from what is called Limerence, and those dudes are heavy, man.
Yeah?
But you know, I don't know what's going on with the metal scene. It's like,
Metal?
yeah, we don't see metal shows that much.
I had 2 tickets for Volumes and Emir, and they canceled. I got to the venue and canceled. I'm like, oh damn.
Dude, I've seen Volumes like 5 times.
Yeah, that was my first time. I was like so excited, and I canceled.
Okay, so now we've reached the pinnacle of the interview with the Vatos and Fallex, and we've arrived at the rapid fire. Okay, here we go. 5 questions real quick. You gotta answer off the top of your head. Shirts or no shirts?
No shirt.
Favorite Netflix series?
Daredevil.
Narcos.
Pablo Escobar.
Joder puta. Pizza or nachos?
Nachos.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Okay, peacekeepers or chingazos?
Chingazos.
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 Your favorite Spanish bad word?
A la verga.
Chinga tu madre.
No mames.
Nice. No mames is like up there on my list, man. Porque no mames. Okay, cool. So we want to thank the guys from Fallex for hanging out with us and being good sports about all the no shirt references. It's strictly no homo. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I've never taken
I
off the
think
shirt.
it's fun. You know,
Just saying.
it's all in good fun. And we also want to thank the Rock House for being generous.
Yeah.
And also come and make a mess of the place. And a shout out to Mama Judy, as always, in the camera, and to our brother Abner on camera too. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Mill Shop Vlogs Original Wednesdays at Rock House, and we'll see you dudes next time.
See ya.